I think he shocks the world again. But the only thing different this time is Tank will come with a different attitude, different personality, different motivation. And I think Roach will do good again, but I think Tank will be more dominant.
And I knew Gervonta was going to come for him, and sure enough, that's what he did. Walked right towards him from round one on. But, you know, I remember what he said, and it really, really struck me. Gervonta's a smart dude, bro, and he said she really should have waited.
What does the rematch look like between Lamont and Gervonta, you think?
I like Lamont in the rematch.
You were one of the few that kind of picked Lamont to begin with. Why was that?
I sparred with Lamont. I knew that he was a good fighter.
The highly anticipated rematch between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach has officially been confirmed for July 2025. According to Stephen A. Smith during a special segment on ESPN's First Take, this announcement ends months of speculation and ignites fresh excitement for what is shaping up to be one of the most eagerly awaited rematches. In recent boxing history, Davis and Roach first clashed on March 1, 2025. At the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, the bout ended in a majority draw, leaving the boxing world divided and hungry for a definitive conclusion. Davis, the reigning WBA lightweight champion and heavy favorite, entered with his trademark knockout power, but Roach surprised many with a brilliant tactical performance. The scorecards reflected how razor-thin the contest was. One judge had it for Davis, while the remaining scored it even. Roach's technical precision, slick footwork, and sharp counterpunching neutralized much of Davis's aggression and left fans questioning the result. Stephen A. Smith, a longtime observer of both fighters, broke the news with his signature intensity. "It's locked in," he declared. According to Smith, sources close to both camps confirm that all contractual elements have been finalized, including venue details, purse splits, and pay-per-view distribution rights.
You don't have enough experience. You really should have waited and took your time before you came to me. And that's what Gervonta Davis told him. And he was right. He was absolutely positively right. And so now here we are, him fighting this cat Roach. And I'm like, isn't this dude like junior lightweight?
Super featherweight, moving up to lightweight. Yeah.
No, there's no, that bothers.
While the official promotion is still to be released, insiders report that the rematch will headline a blockbuster summer card at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Both fighters have reportedly entered training camp. Roach is sharpening his game in Washington, D.C. under his brother Lamont's guidance, while Davis continues his prep in Baltimore with longtime trainer Calvin Ford. This rematch is about more than just redemption. It's about legacy and dominance in the lightweight division. Davis, already a proven pay-per-view star with crossover appeal, sees this fight as a stepping stone toward future mega clashes with names like Shocker Stevenson, Devin Haney, and potentially a jump to 140 pounds to face Teofimo Lopez. Roach, however, views this opportunity as a shot at generational wealth and vindication. Still riding high from his breakout performance in their first bout, Roach has been vocal in criticizing the judges and insists he will not leave the decision in their hands. "This time, I respect Tank. He's a great fighter," Roach said in March 2025, "but the world saw what happened. I'm not letting this go to the judges. I'm bringing those belts home." Early betting lines emerged as soon as Smith's announcement dropped, and analysts began speculating about each fighter's adjustments. Many expect Davis to apply more pressure and cut off the ring more effectively, while others believe Roach will double down on his volume punching and angles to frustrate Davis. Smith also hinted at a loaded undercard, possibly featuring Keyshawn Davis and the return of Isaac Cruz, setting the stage for one of the most explosive fight nights in years. Sources suggest PBC and Showtime Sports are leading negotiations to make this a historic pay-per-view event.
The reason why that bothers me is because Gervonta is too great and too skilled to be fighting dudes smaller than him. Gervonta Davis can knock out welterweights. He probably could knock out a couple of middleweights, okay?
Following the official news, both Davis and Roach wasted no time stoking the flames on social media. Davis posted a cryptic Instagram story showing his final blow from the first fight, with the caption, "Part 2, I'm ending the show this time." Roach quickly fired back on Twitter, "Summer 2025, justice served." Fans flooded the comment sections on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube with predictions, training footage, and debates over who truly won the first fight. Prominent analysts like Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley have already weighed in, Bradley called the rematch a stylistic chess match with guaranteed fireworks, and even labeled it a career-defining moment for Roach as excitement builds for. This epic rematch, one moment still lingers in fans' minds: the controversial 9th round knockdown. Roach appeared to drop Davis to a knee, but referee Steve Willis didn't rule it a knockdown. Had that call gone Roach's way, it could have handed Davis the first loss of his career. That moment added fuel to the rematch fire. Boxing insider Dan Raphael had previously reported that the rematch was targeted for June 21st, but delays in negotiations pushed it back. With July now confirmed as the new target, fans will need to wait just a bit longer to see whether Davis can maintain his unbeaten record, or if Roach can cement his redemption arc.
Tank want a rematch. Let me know now. Do you want to fight Tank again? He said he open to do a rematch. Do you want to fight Tank
100%.
again?
It's only a matter of time. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight gonna happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Okay. They say they want it in New York again. Do you want to fight again in the Barclays Center?
I wouldn't mind, but I'd love for it to be in DC.
Okay.
I'd love for it to be in DC.
In a revealing article published by Keithick in Ring Magazine on April 29th, it was subtly suggested that Gervonta Tank Davis was the primary reason behind the delay of his rematch with Lamont Roach. According to IDK, the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas had been exclusively reserved for June 21st, with both camps on standby for a final decision. While Davis had initially confirmed the date via social media, he later reversed course after weeks of silence, citing the need for more time to properly prepare for the rematch. Given his superstar status, Davis's influence over scheduling isn't surprising. However, this change of heart signals just how seriously he's taking Roach this time around. Meanwhile, Lamont Roach Jr. addressed speculation that his motivation for taking the Davis fight was purely financial. Speaking on the All the Smoke Fight podcast, Roach clarified, "For those who think I took this fight for the money, I didn't. I actually had a higher paying offer elsewhere. I just believed I could beat him." Roach's confidence has only grown since his standout performance in their first bout, where he went toe-to-toe with Davis for 12 intense rounds. Roach gave a detailed account of Tank's punching power in his conversation with Andre Ward, recalling how he tested Davis's strength in real time during the fight. "When he hit me clean, I thought, okay, if that happens again, will it feel the same? I hit him with a body shot and thought, yeah, I've got him." Following the bout, Roach said the New York State Athletic Commission privately admitted to mishandling the 9th round incident, when Davis dropped to one knee after being struck in the eye, but offered only a quiet apology, refusing to overturn the result. Roach went as far as claiming another opponent had hit harder than Davis. "I expected more power. I thought, you're the knockout artist," he told his corner during the fight. The referee Steve Willis didn't acknowledge the moment as a knockdown. Many in the boxing community felt it should have been scored as one, a ruling that could have handed Roach the win in Davis's first professional loss. Tank later claimed that hair grease had dripped into his eye, impairing his vision, but fans remained skeptical. His explanation did little to quiet a restless crowd at the Barclays Center. Veteran analyst Rick Glazer flatly dismissed Davis's excuse and asserted the eye injury was the result of a legitimate punch. Meanwhile, promoter Eddie Hearn complicated the situation by hinting at a potential November fight between Davis and Jake Paul, raising doubts about whether the Roach rematch will even happen. In a separate interview, Hearn acknowledged his ongoing challenge of finding meaningful fights for Shocker Stevenson, suggesting the lightweight division is in a state of flux still. Anticipation remains high. If Davis bypasses Roach for Jake Paul, fans may shift focus toward a Roach versus Stevenson showdown, a matchup that would carry both intrigue and legitimacy. In fact, Stevenson has already voiced support for Roach, telling Co-Artist Sports, "I like Lamont in the rematch. I've sparred with him. He's the real deal."
Did you see the Gervonta Davis Lamont Roach fight?
Yeah, that was trash.
Well, I thought it was a good fight. You didn't think
Great fight, but I just champion guy taking a knee, talking about greasing his hair.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm like, yo, how you just in the middle of the fight just go wipe your face?
Also, here's the deal: if you take a knee, that's a knockdown.
That's a knockdown. Subtract two, right?
You got hit with a jab.
Yeah.
You took a knee,
and then you walked off.
Exactly. That is a knockdown.
Yeah.
So I think they're reviewing that right now.
Nah, that guy should have lost, maybe.
Well, I feel like if they do review it and they do judge it as a knockdown, which it was clearly a knockdown to everybody.
It was a knockdown.
Terrence Bud Crawford also weighed in on the controversial outcome of the Davis versus Roach fight. During an appearance on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast, expressing his surprise, Crawford admitted, "I was just as confused as anybody else." When asked whether Davis truly deserved the win, Crawford said, "Without that knockdown, I don't think he won. It was a close fight, but I would have given the edge to Roach. Gervonta didn't take him seriously. He was overconfident." Crawford also criticized referee Steve Willis, suggesting he mishandled the critical moment in the 9th round. Steve is a great ref, but he started counting and stopped. People were yelling for him to keep going. As speculation around the rematch intensifies, fighters and analysts alike have begun offering their predictions. Rolando "Rolly" Romero, who was knocked out by Davis in May 2022, told the Ring magazine he believes Davis will make the necessary adjustments to win the second bout. "I'm picking Tank. He'll do what it takes to win this time," Romero said. According to reports, an agreement for the rematch is already in place, with an official announcement expected soon. However, some insiders warn the fight could be delayed as Davis continues discussions for a potential November bout against YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul. That news has prompted frustration from Roach fans and boxing purists alike. Former interim WBC champion Ryan Garcia, who suffered his first career defeat to Davis 2 years ago, also weighed in. Speaking to East News, Garcia said, "I've got Tank. I think he'll flip the switch and come in ready. He underestimated Roach the first time. Now he knows it won't be easy." Garcia is also eyeing his own rematch, set against Devin Haney, following a controversial disqualification due to a failed drug test. The fallout from that bout saw Garcia hit with a 1-year suspension and over $1 million in fines. Even pound-for-pound Queen Claressa Shields offered her take, suggesting Davis's underwhelming performance may have more to do with mental health than physical condition. "I think therapy would help him. You can see something's off. He looks sad. He needs to deal with it," she said in a March interview with Fight Up TV. Boxing Hall of Famer Timothy Bradley echoed that sentiment, saying Roach's grit and strategy nearly tipped the balance. "Roach is tough, mentally sharp, and hits hard enough to earn Tank's respect. He executed his plan, and if a draw doesn't motivate Davis, nothing will." Now, with fans turning skeptical and the lightweight picture in flux, all eyes are on Davis. The question remains, will he rise to the occasion, or will Roach take what's rightfully his?